Welcome to Fabled Worlds. Today, we're going to Uwokori, a small village sitting beside a slow brown river, surrounded by tall palm trees that sway like they're listening to secrets. This is the story of a girl whose name was carried in the rhythm of festival drums, and the young man who risked tradition, rivalry, and family expectations just to let her know he had chosen her. This is when the drum called her name. In Uwokori, everybody knew Onome. She wasn't the loudest, she wasn't the most playful, but she had a presence, a calmness that made people lower their voices when she passed. She walked with her wrapper tied neatly, her hair in simple braids, her clay water pot balanced carefully on her head every morning as she went to the river. People would greet her gently, "Onome, good morning, oh," and she would respond softly, "Good morning." There was something unshakable about her, something steady, like she carried peace the way other people carried gossip. But peace was not the same thing as freedom, because as she fetched water one morning, her mother's voice echoed in her mind, "Onome, remember the palm oil trader from Ikrerawe is coming again next week. I want you to behave well. A responsible man is hard to find." She didn't argue, she never did, but her heart was elsewhere. Across the village square lived Okemute, tall, lean, always smelling faintly of wood smoke and shea butter. He was the youngest drummer in Uwokori, yet his hand moved like he had lived 100 years with the drum. People said, Okemute does not just drum with his hand, he drums with his heart. But people always whispered another thing. His family and Onome's family carried a rivalry older than both of them, a disagreement between their grandfathers that had turned into a silent, generational tension. They greeted politely in public, but never visited one another's homes, never farmed on each other's land, never shared festival seating. And because of that, Onome never looked towards Okemute, and Okemute never approached her. Not directly, but sometimes when she was at the river and he was practicing with other drummers, he would glance towards her, just once, then look away quickly as if caught doing something forbidden. The New Yam festival arrived like a thunder. Women pounded yam everywhere, children wore new wrappers, the men arranged palm wine in a tight row under the iroko tree, and in the evening, the square filled with dancing, laughter, and the heavy pulse of drums. Okemute sat in the center, bare-chested, beads around his wrist. He struck the drum gently at first, warming it. Then, the rhythm began to swell, rolling like waves across the square. Dum, da, da, dum, dum, da, da, dum. People clapped, women cheered, but then something strange happened. In the middle of the rhythm, Okemute's hand shifted, and the beats changed. The elders reacted first, leaning forward. Children stopped dancing. Even the night air seemed to hold its breath, because what they heard was not just rhythm. It was a name, a steady, ancient pattern used long ago when a drummer wanted to declare his heart. Oh no me, oh no me, oh no me, dum, da, da, dum, da, da. The elder's eyes widened, the young girls gasped, and Onome, who had been standing near the palm wine stand, froze. She looked up sharply. Her eyes met Okemute's, just for a second. Then he looked away and continued drumming as if nothing had happened. But everybody had heard it, her name, inside the rhythm. And in Uwokori, a drummer does not beat a woman's name by accident. By morning, gossip flew like dry leaves in the harmattan. Women whispered at the stream. Ah, Okemute wants her, but their family don't mix, so her mother will not like this at all. Onome's mother did not at all. She confronted her daughter before sunrise. If I hear you even talk to that boy, Onome, I will send you to your aunt's house for a month. Do you hear me? The palm oil trader is coming next week. This is a man for you, not a drummer whose family cannot settle their own quarrels. Onome said nothing. Her chest felt tight. The more her mother talked, the more suffocating the world felt. She didn't even know Okemute, not truly, but something about the beat calling her name had stirred something she couldn't explain. Not love, not yet, but awareness, possibility, maybe even courage. They began to see each other everywhere, at the stream, at the market, during the evening sweeping in the square. Never alone, never for long, but always enough for one heartbeat of eye contact. One shy smile, one moment of hesitation, and then, one day, as Onome was pounding yam outside her home, Okemute walked past carrying firewood. He hesitated, then greeted her directly. Good afternoon, Onome. Her heart stumbled. She looked around. Her mother wasn't outside. Good afternoon, Okemute. He nodded and kept walking. But there was a softness in his eyes, the same softness hidden behind his drum. The next time they met was by the riverside. Onome was filling her pot. Okemute was washing his hands after practice. He didn't speak. He just stepped forward, cupped water in his hands, and washed off the mud on the side of her pot. A simple gesture, nothing romantic, nothing bold, just human. But it was enough. Their fingers brushed. The drumbeat in her chest answered, but the world is never quiet for long. Onome's mother found out they'd spoken, and the house erupted in shouting. Do you want shame? Do you want people to talk? His family and ours don't mix. You will not bring trouble into this house. Onome didn't shout back. She just stood there, tears burning behind her eyes. Meanwhile, Okemute faced his own family's resistance. His older brother grabbed his shirt. Why her? Do you want father to collapse? After everything their family did? Okemute, you better focus your eyes on your drum and not that girl. The more both families put them apart, the stronger the quiet, steady connection felt. Not rebellion, not fantasy, just two people who recognized kindness in each other. The elders announced a final performance to close the festival. Everyone gathered again in the square. This time, Onome stood at the back. Her mother stayed glued to her side like a guard. Okemute sat before the drum, his fingers trembling slightly. He knew what he was about to do could cause trouble. But he also knew this. A love that must hide is already dying. He struck the drum, slow, soft, controlled. Then he shifted. The square went silent. The rhythm rolled out again. Only this time, it wasn't just her name. It was a promise. A rhythmic phrase used by drummers generations ago, meaning, I choose you. I stand by it. Onome's chest tightened. Her mother stiffened beside her. But Onome, for the first time, took one step forward. Just one. And that step changed everything. That night, Onome and her mother argued, not shouting, not disrespect, just honesty. Mama, you want me to marry wealth, but I want to marry peace. Her mother went quiet. For the first time, she saw her daughter not as a child, but as a woman making a choice. The next morning, she surprised everyone. She walked with Onome to Okemute's house, not with anger, but dignity. The families spoke. The elders mediated. Slowly, the old rivalry cracked. Not fully healed, not yet, but there was space for peace to grow. Onome and Okemute were given permission to court. The festival of future years would tell the rest of their story. But one thing became legend in Wokori. That year, when the drummer beat a girl's name into the night and the girl stepped forward to meet it. Because sometimes love doesn't shout, it doesn't rush, it doesn't fight for attention. Sometimes love beats quietly, patiently, and if it's meant for you, you will hear it. Thank you for listening to Fabled Worlds. If you loved today's story, please like, subscribe, and share. And remember, love can be loud, but sometimes the quiet ones change everything. Until next time, good night.